Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on the beautiful Datsun 280Zx, but we've just moved all the cars outside. What a lineup. E36s, Jordan's R33 Skyline, becoming very quickly a Japanese classic these days. And Jordan's here.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good as well. But today these cars are irrelevant because this is the car that we're working on. Look at this beautiful beast. So, you guys have seen the build from here up, right? But what we haven't done is anything underneath. And as you're about to see, this thing needs some serious attention. These cars are very prone to rust. And I knew that it had a little rust hole in the chassis, but I didn't know it was this bad. So, suss it out. It's bad, huh?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So, here's what we're working with. Oh my god. But yeah, so bit of rust in the chassis rail. This looks quite bad and quite what would you call it, like it looks scary, right? It looks scary, but it's not that bad. Basically super easy to fix if you can weld and cut with an angle grinder and all that type of stuff. Rest of the rails are kind of alright. I'm gonna replace this bit here as well. And then we're going to underseal the whole thing with just degrees underside of the whole car. We're going to spray it here in the shop, and we're pretty much just going to go over it and just fix up a couple of things underneath. I think the diff had a little leak, but this is a 40-year-old car, so there's just things that always need fixing. The engine's sweet, but this is like the main culprit that we need to sort out and get rid of pretty much. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this whole section out, and then we're going to replace it with 1.2mm thick sheet metal, nice and new, and then we're going to underseal the car as well to stop any future rust happening. So that's pretty much where we're at today. It's just going to be a chill day working on the car, and we're going to kind of see where we get to. Also quickly, I just want to shout out all the new subscribers on the channel. The 10-minute Datsun build has been a very successful video on the channel, so thank you guys all for watching it and appreciating it, and hitting that subscribe button, because we're going to be doing heaps more Datsun content. We'll get this kind of annoying stuff out the way, like fixing chassis rail rust, and then, not today, we're going to fit one of these onto the Datsun, which is going to be really fun. And that's going to be the next project that we get into for the channel, which I'm stoked about. Yeah. Because his R33, that thing is turbo, RB25, and that's rad. And I could swap an RB into this thing, but I absolutely love the L28 in this car. Sounds amazing, goes awesome. It's got 200,000 Ks, but it's just crisp as hell, and it's just begging for a turbo. So throughout that series, we will pretty much, we'll go to Damon's shop. I'm going to make up the turbo manifold, downpipe, full exhaust. I've got GDR injectors for it, all the things we pretty much need. I've got an intercooler for it as well. We're going to put it on Damon's dad's dyno, and we're going to see, first non-turbo we'll put it on, see how much power it's got, and then turbo we'll put it on and see how much power we gain from putting a turbo on the side of it. And we're going to use the stock engine management system, because they're quite easy to manipulate with the turbo stuff, and we'll run like £7 or something, maybe £10 or £12 or £20 or £30.
Be around 250 kilowatts, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
250? Jesus. Look, I'll be happy if this thing ever made 200 kilowatts with the L28. Anyway, let's cut some chassis rails up. Yay! Get her wet, boy. How's that?
Yeah, not bad.
Here's a look. Holy crap. Look at that, guys. One rusty chassis rail. Gone. So now we've got to clean all this up on the inside. Make sure that we good. Look at that, bit to clean. Flappy disc, get up in there. Might have to cut a little bit more out here and there. rust kill everything, and then see where we get to. It hurts my heart, but at the same time I'm excited to have a chassis rail that actually is a chassis rail and not a giant bit of rust, so fantastico. Good job, Jordan.
Thanks.
Amazing. So good.
We're straight.
Also I put nice heat paint on our exhaust here.
Gassed me out.
It's nice and black. I did.
Painted it about 2 seconds before I started cutting.
Sorry. I value your health, kind of.
What are you doing?
I already tried welding in like a first plate. It's come up pretty nice. Look guys, I know you've been commenting I need to buy a gas MIG. It's on the list of things that I'm going to buy next. As you can probably tell, I haven't really shown you guys, but we've been doing up the factory. So the place, I'll give you guys a full tour once we're actually finished. But I've been working super hard behind the scenes, getting this place looking awesome because my business two-step garage is going to be in the back half. So we want it to look super nice. I'll give you guys a full tour when it's all done. But I'm obviously in the midst of buying a bunch of stuff. So the gas MIG is on the list of things to buy. But at the moment, the trusty gasless MIG is doing the job. So we're going to weld in another small panel and then we'll be good to weld in this huge, long, big panel, which is going to be fun and take a long time. Hard work, man, pays off.
Hello, my name is Jordan, and I like to look at cars and think about my life.
Alrighty, so here's what we have to work with. Filled in the spots. Nice. And now I've measured up our bit that I'm about to cut out, and we're going to weld it all the way to here, and then another bit that goes up to here. And it's going to be so nice. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this. It's fun. I've never done anything like this before, so I always enjoy challenges, and this is yet another challenge in the life of Mike and cars. So, rusty old Datsuns. That's fun. Alright, time to cut and time to weld and make this hole disappear. Alrighty, we have our new piece of metal sitting in here, G-clamp. So I've decided to fit it in super nicely and then G-clamp it shut. That way we can get our welds super nice and then cut off any excess and have it just super nice and level. So pretty happy with that so far, considering my lack of any type of skill in this area. But we'll go ahead and tack weld it in and kind of see how she's all going to come together. But no more chassis rail rust is really exciting for me because that was scary having that in the frickin' chassis rail. Crazy. So it's going to be a whole lot stronger now as well, which is perfect.
We're live.
We're live with Mike Lake. Oh my god, I can hear myself so loud in the helmet. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
You get one?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, after a big day's work, that literally took a day. This is what the underside of the car looks like now. So, off camera, went ahead and undersealed everything. Looks heaps tidier, but also, alright, and this is what it looks like. So, the chassis rail has now been replaced. Whew, much better, nice and straight. And just for reference, remember this is what it was. This. And this is what it is. Super happy with that. The rest of the car looks somewhat clean under here. This thing's 40 years old, so you know, it's taken a little bit of a beating here and there, but pretty stoked with that. Are you happy?
Yeah, it's great. It's coming.
Yeah, it came up good. Especially since we don't actually know what we're doing. This chassis rail right here is still dented, so I need to figure that out. Whether I just cut that bit out and do exactly the same as what I've done here over there, we shall see. But that is pretty much us for today. it's been a long day. I'm going to come back tomorrow and continue doing a couple of wee things on the 280. This has been a pretty chill video, definitely something a little different, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help.
Thanks.
As always, Jordan did most of the work. If you guys saw, I had like a sleeve on my arm while I was doing a lot of that work. It's because I got a whole bunch of new tattoos and my arm's real sore and I can't get sparks or dirt or anything on it because then I'll probably get infected and die, so
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it is.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, Jordan.
Yeah.
He's
New
fine.
video.
Yep.
Is out. I'm doing skids.
He's finally putting up videos, so go hit his channel up and hit that sub button because you should always support local peoples. But we're going to clean up now. You guys don't need to see that, so I'll see you guys in the morning. I think carrying on a couple more jobs on this thing before it's all done. Hope you guys are enjoying the 280 content. Cheers.
Bye.
See you in the morning. Bye. Alrighty, welcome back. It's another day, and I've decided, yes, I'm going to cut this part out of the chassis because it was really dented. It was pretty ugly, I didn't like it, and I'm kind of enjoying this whole cutting and patching process, which is weird. So we're going to do the same to this side. It just means the chassis rails will be relatively straight. Some dented bits down here, but nothing anywhere near as aggressive as this part. It was quite dented, so we'll go ahead. I've already cut out the patch, so we're going to go ahead and weld that in, and then that'll be the underside of the car, all done, which I'm pretty happy with. Well, all done for now. I actually have a couple of things I want to do, just like replacing bushes and stuff all throughout the car. So we will basically be pulling subframes front and back at some point and completely refreshing everything. So that's something that we'll do, because as you can see, you know, everything's quite old, and now that we've started to spray everything with underseal and all that, we kind of want to start going through and refreshing everything. I've also found a brand new set of coilovers for this thing, because this thing's running K-Sport coilovers at the rear and Max Speeding Rods coilovers at the front, and whilst they're alright, I really want to upgrade the ride quality on this thing. So brand new MCA Australian built coilovers are going to be going to this thing as well, but not in this episode. But next, after the chassis stuff, we're going to install these new fender mirrors as well. Hey, you can see me, what's up? Because at the moment we're running the black ones, but I'll explain these to you after we're finished patching up the chassis. Booyah! And that is that. Two nice, straight, unrusted chassis rails. Fantastic. Pretty happy with that. Here's a quick before shot of what the whole underside of the car looked like when we started. I know it's not perfect, but it is 100% better than what it was, and this car is now effectively 99% rust free. These cars are such culprits for rust, so typically speaking you'll always be chasing rust around these cars unless you strip them completely of paint, sandblast them, and start from a bare metal shell, which we didn't do, and maybe one day we will do that to this car, but for the time being I'm more interested in enjoying the car as it is, rather than taking it back to a 100% full restoration. Of course, you know, that's always a money thing as well, and hey, if we ever get rich, maybe we will pull this thing apart and do it from the ground up. Anyway, now we're going to install those fender mirrors, which I'm super pumped about. So we'll bring the car down and have a look. Cool, so we're putting new mirrors on the Datsun. Why are we doing this? Well, I already have fender mirrors, as you can see, okay? But these are the cheap eBay mirrors. As you can see, or as you may be able to tell, they're plastic and they don't really serve their purpose, which is to be a mirror. When you're driving, because they only have one bolt, I don't know if you can see in this view, but see how it's lifted? It's not actually flat on the fender here at the back. It's because there's only one bolt holding them in. So they only have one bolt holding them on at the back, and to be honest, it's pretty mediocre as a mounting point. So they kind of, when you move, they shake, and then as you can see with the mirror, it's not very good quality of a mirror either. So really these are pretty much only good for looks, but they shake a lot when you drive, and therefore you can't really see anything. Whereas the new ones, they have two mounting points to hold them solid onto the fender, and they also have a tightening point at the back. Once you've adjusted this, which is nice, once you've adjusted the mirror to where you want it to be, you can lock it in place, because the really annoying part is if anyone knocks these at all, walk past it, knocks it, whatever, and you find it happens more than you'd think, you have to readjust the mirrors, and it's hard. You have to get in and out of the car, or you have to get someone else to do it for you. So fender mirrors look cool, but they're a little bit of a pain in the backside. So once you've got your point locked in, you just tighten this, and then this can't move, which is super nice. Granted, I guess these are chrome, they're black. I'm unsure about what the look is going to be like, but we're about to find out. So we're going to mount this onto our fender. We already have a hole from the previous mirror, which is nice. And then they come with a bit of rubber as well underneath, and the best part about that is you can just use the rubber as a template for drilling. Super nice. So we'll go ahead, we're going to drill the new hole. I like to have mine in the center of the fender, pointing straight, and then you can obviously adjust the mirror as you want via here. I guess some people might want them different ways, but the way I measured it, I just put it down the fender in a place that I thought looked cool, which was just a little bit in front of the front wheel, and then I just measured and drilled. So that's what we're going to do right now, and then we'll go ahead and mount this bad boy up. It's not rocket science. 2 bolts, the rubber, and then you just tighten it up. Super easy. Phew. And there we have it. It is installed. To be honest, I am a big fan of it. Super solid. Like, that is not going anywhere. As you can see here, there's like little scratch marks from where the other one come loose and actually rotated while I was driving. So having the 2 mounting points is so handy, and the mirror is actually a proper mirror as well, which is really nice. So you can get, yeah, they're just much nicer in terms, obviously, like that won't be shaky once you've tightened the back up. So you tighten this up at the back, and it's good to go, which is super nice. But also just the overall look, I'm a big fan of. Obviously need to get it properly on the ground at some point and kind of see how it looks. But here's this one, and here is this one. I personally prefer the chrome as well, just for the because it looks way less cheap, because it's actually metal and not plastic. Woo, that's fancy. Do love it. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty chill, but really keen to kind of continue working on this beautiful car and making sure that it's going to continue to exist as a car and not rust away for many years to come. I'm still acquiring all the parts left that we need so that we can start the turbo conversion. It's going to be really fun. That's going to happen very soon. But next up, we're going to be smashing out a little bit of work on our purple E36 competition car, as we do have South Australia round 1 coming up. It's going to be a super fun event. Awesome drivers down there, so we're getting this thing ready. The live stream for that event is really good. They have multiple angles. Drift SA just do a great job with it, so you guys will be able to watch the event live. I will be posting it up, which is super cool. I probably need to take this thing back to the dyno. Hopefully I can book it in this week and just give it a bit of a tickle up. Got to wrap the guards and chuck them all back on. This thing is super wide, as you can see, with the CAS engineering stuff in it, but everything is just coming up awesome on this car. So that's what you have to look forward to, amongst a lot of other things as well. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. As always, hit that like button if you feel like you enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram at @itsmikellake. Feel free to subscribe if you like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys. Peace.